Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I'm Dr. Franklin Ruehl, Ph.D. in nuclear physics and the quintessential nerd. We're going to start off with my nerd experiment. I claim I can drive this lily-livered straw right through this rock-hard potato by pinching the straw and saying the magic word Gai. Do you see that? Let's try that one more time. Gai. And one more time. Gai. Now the principle at work here is as follows. We're all surrounded by air which acts downward with a pressure of 14.7 pounds per square inch. When I pinch the straw, I'm trapping air in it, converting it to something akin to a nail, Gai. Now, if I were to perform this on the surface of Venus, where the atmosphere is 90 times out on Earth, it would even work better, Gai. Contrary-wise, if I were to perform the experiment on Mars, where the atmosphere is 1/100th out on Earth, it would not work quite as well, Gai. And let's just try it one more time, Gai. And one more time, Gai. Do you see that? Science in action, yes. Now, on my show, Mysteries from Beyond the Other Dominion, which was one of the very first shows to air on the Sci-Fi Channel when it was launched, I presented the scientific evidence for UFOs and ETs. Indeed, it is my contention, my thesis, that the universe is literally teeming with life, that life indeed is the common denominator of the cosmic backdrop, that we truly live in the inhabited universe. Yes, just one example, we have 100 billion galaxies in our island universe, each with 100 to 400 billion stars, each star surrounded by perhaps 10 planets. There must be intelligent life beyond our solar system out there. And another piece of evidence, the universe, as far as we know, 13.7 billion years old. Ample time for advanced civilizations to develop a spacefaring capability and journey to our planet as UFOs. Have I ever seen a UFO? On one occasion, I just got out of taping a show called Weird TV with a friend of mine. I looked up in the sky, saw this diamond-shaped apparent UFO. I said, "Do you see that, Todd?" He looked up and it had already disappeared. But I believe that the universe is indeed teeming with life. I presented that evidence on my own show on Sci-Fi Channel. I had a pilot, Professor Weird, on the Science Channel, and 351 episodes on public access, where I've covered these subjects repeatedly. Now, what about paranormal phenomena? I claim there is ample evidence that life exists beyond the grave. I have never seen a ghost myself, but my mother did. As a youngster, I was doing homework, my dad was at work, she was dancing in the hallway of our apartment. Suddenly, an entity materialized in front of her. It was a dwarf in a cowboy outfit, smiling. She realized it was her father, even though he was normally 5'9", never expressed any interest in coming out west, had always been a Pittsburgher. She hoped she was just imagining it. She looked away, looked back, the entity was still there, slowly dematerialized. The next morning, we received a telegram from Pittsburgh. Her father had died overnight. And I believe that many people have had these experiences, but hesitate to tell anyone for fear of ridicule. Now, what about cryptozoological entities? I certainly believe they may exist. As one example, I maintain that two-headed dinosaurs like this T-Rex here once roamed terra firma. Now, we do have today two-headed fish, two-headed turtles, and of course two-headed frogs. Dinos were not fish, reptiles were amphibians, but they shared a very important characteristic. They were oviparous, egg layers, and a two-headed entity in a shell would have a better chance existing in its passage through the birth canal. Yes, so I'm going to make a prediction right now that within the next 20 years, somewhere in terra firma, we'll find one dino fossil with two heads. And such entities may actually exist on planets beyond our solar system, may actually be the dominant spirits. Now, what about my hobbies? Chess, working puzzles, and watching sci-fi and horror films. I have 500 VHS tapes that I'm repeatedly watching. I also sing and compose ballads. For example, here's an example of the Ode to Pecos Bill. Pecos Bill, what a man, came out west with 17 siblings, fell into the Pecos River, and was rescued by a family of coyotes. Ooh, Pecos Bill, once punched out a two-headed dinosaur. Pecos Bill, what a man. That's just a few stanzas. So I have many talents, and I claim that I am indeed the quintessential nerd. Yes, indeed, no doubt about it. Now, until next time, may the power of the cosmos be with you. Yes, yes.